the first COVID patients came to Nebraska. We were about to enter the global pandemic. Among those hardest hit financially were small businesses. Many closed. Others made major changes to keep their doors open. To help them, the U.S. government provided nearly $800 billion through its Paycheck Protection Program, and more than $5 billion of that coming to Nebraska.
Yoshitomo is just sort of a neighborhood sushi bar.
One that its founder, Dave Utterback, says shifts from fine dining to casual fine dining. And back when the pandemic hit, they faced an even bigger shift.
There was one day where we had let all the staff go, and within 2 hours of that day realized that we needed all of the staff back.
Utterback brought his people back to do this.
We went from being a completely full service restaurant and relying on that to 2 days later being a completely takeout only restaurant.
And relying on that was possible because Utterback could rely on the government's PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program.
So that's essentially how we brought that front of the house staff back.
When I first heard it, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that we could be shut down, and sure enough, obviously we were.
But Brickway Brewery bounced back quickly. The Old Market Distillery didn't do it by offering takeout, but by offering a handout, as in hand sanitizer. They gave it to anyone, even those who could bring in their own bottle or whatever, because Brickway already knew how to make it.
The process is the same style of distillation that we do to make vodka and whiskey, but then we added the aloe and added the peroxide to match the WHO recipe for hand sanitizer.
To keep making it, Tremert had to keep staff. At one point, he did lean on the government's PPP.
We went through the first round of PPP, but then all the subsequent things, we didn't meet the criteria.
We were building the plane as we were flying it.
Tim Matan, director of the Small Business Administration's Nebraska district, says a lot of businesses made course corrections during COVID, even banks helping those businesses. For example, Matan says phone lines to Washington would often jam up during the day, so Nebraska bankers got creative.
They had 2 or 3 people that all they did was basically from midnight till 4 was enter PPP applications. So they did it at a time when it wasn't as congested.
So it was more of a work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
How critical would you say these programs were to saving small businesses?
In some cases, it was literally life-saving. It was the one thing that the federal government could do that was helpful to everybody. Unfortunately, there were a few that had to lay off employees or pivot their business a little bit, but they kept going.
Yeah, Tremert and Utterback are probably like a lot of employers. They're even more concerned now with how their workers are doing, saying the pandemic made them really understand the importance of physical and mental health. Well, we have more on the pandemic 5 years later, how the business, medical, and educational worlds reacted. It's our special COVID-19 Life After the Pandemic. It's this Sunday night at 6 right here on KETV News Watch 7.